in this present moment to see, let's say the way we're describing it, everyone as the Buddha. What is happening, I think, is that you are refusing or denying the illusion of separation. And what you're doing is you are holding the highest frequency identity as Buddha consciousness, diamond light body, and you're establishing your will, your choice as that. And we know in high frequency states, low frequency states have to come up because high frequency is more powerful. And so I was actually sharing, and I was talking to you about this earlier, Penny. The other night we were talking about the metamorphosis of a caterpillar into a butterfly, and someone came up to me at the end of the talk and said, you know, when the caterpillar is dissolving in that enzymatic soup in the cocoon, before what are called the imaginal cells are able to really kick in and form the body of the butterfly, this new being, the immune system of the caterpillar is trying to kill off the imaginal cells, these cells of imagination that are bringing in the new being. And so there seems to be a struggle in the beginning because the early imaginal cells are having a fight with the old paradigm. But as the collective of the imaginal cells begins to form and we really get the interdependent or interbeing nature of who we are as these new bringers of the dawn or thought leaders, then we change the body of our species. And now we are in the tipping point of really triggering the total open-ended metamorphosis that we're here to complete.
Yeah, and I like too what you said, it's something about choice too, like stop watching reality, don't vote for it. You know, put your attention on the thing you want to see happen rather than resisting the old thing. And let people know too. You know, share with the producers, you know, get better messages out to the world, get transformational films made that say you prefer these things. So that, because like I've done a lot of work with people in Hollywood and the people who run Hollywood still think that adrenaline and adolescent male, you know, testosterone movies that's the thing that sells. And so they don't think that anything that's transformational has a market. So if we just sit here and don't say anything, you know, it's going to slow everything down.
Yeah. And you said something really powerful in one of your books, I think it was Leap of Perception. When you watch TV, you are actually getting into a frequency lock or a frequency match with the TV. And we know through scientific studies that the television frequency actually goes right into your subconscious. So you're being programmed, right? TV programming. And so you are getting into a frequency match with, let's say, the point of view of the CNN news broadcaster. And so what's getting dumped into your subconscious is the world is unsafe, separation is real, war is a fact, and deal with it. Now a word from our sponsor. If you suffer from depression...
Yeah, take this drug that has the side effect of, you know, black blood and, you know, potential fatal event. Love it. You know? But plus the fact, watch what's coming into us. Like I've just noticed on a lot of TV shows, there's this editing now that like it's cut so much and edited so fast, it's almost like a strobe light. And that there are now a lot of shows that are using like motor drive of the camera going, you know, and like shocking you with this fragmentation drive.
It's like an MK Ultra experience.
Yeah, it's like disassociating you from something, you know, and I'm thinking, what are they doing now? You know, and are we conscious of this effect on us? You know. Yeah. Anyway, I mean, it's all fascinating.
Should we take a few questions?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, okay. Let's see. Is it? Go. Okay. Let's give you the mic.
So I was thinking of all the good things that are out there, like TED Talks, like Wikipedia, like things that are the new collective. And to support those kind of things, to hit them as often as you can. Get online and watch TED Talks. Get online and ask Wikipedia anything instead of Google. Because when you promote and use the people that are doing the different things, Hollywood eventually will see that they're not watching us anymore, they're watching TED Talks. And so you have to begin to choose the things that will make a difference and show it. There were some people in Iran that got on the internet and said, I don't want to have a war with anyone. You know, we don't want to, we're young people, we don't even know these people, we don't want to fight, we don't want to go to war, we don't want to hate. And when you link that and you send that and you share that, when you get into that frame of mind and you send it out there, that's when we create these tipping points in the society so that society will change with us.
Absolutely.
Who's next? Anybody else have a comment or question?
Well, my name is David. I would have a kind of a remark, because listening to you is very interesting. One thing came to my mind is that when we talk about the left brain, the right brain, and so on, it's in our way of thinking and our way of communicating. We're trying to understand, and we separate things. Because my brain is not right or left, I have one brain. And my brain is in my body, I have one body. So, and it's not easy to express that. We use the words that have been created in a separate world, and we separated everything. So we might have to find another way of being together instead of talking with words that separate us, be together.
I think a lot of us are becoming telepathic now, and there are things that come like communication forms that are in the right brain, that are direct communion states, that you know without language. You know, and that's becoming more common. Empathy is on the rise. I mean, people are so sensitive right now that they're getting all kinds of energy information directly into their body, and then they're feeling overwhelmed, you know. But we are starting to communicate that way. We just have to get conscious about how to do it a little better.
We've got time for one more before we take a short break.
Someone else can go if not.
No, you.
Yeah. I always talk. So it's just great to be here and to have this conversation, for you guys to have this conversation, because Penny's been at our house for 2 days and I've been dealing with so much this week, and I really, before this week, felt so expanded. Like joy for months. I mean, John's, you know, been married to me, so, you know, like just on top of the world, totally clear. And then this week, it was like, it was so dark. It's been so dark and so intense, and I've been like so stressed. And so it feels good to, you know, for you to say fevers and all that. I've had like 3 fevers this week, you know, just, and I can feel it moving through my body and letting it go. But before I came here tonight, I had like a fit by myself in the bathroom, like a fit. And I haven't had a fit like that since I was like 3, I don't know. And when it happened, it was so intense, but I just like kind of giggled. Like it just came through, it just happened, and it was like, okay, I don't really know what that was. But I'm not going to tell anybody. I didn't even tell anybody. So, you know, it's just, it's perfect timing. So I just want to say thank you, because when you guys are sharing this, even though I know that I'm going to the next level, it's the next vibration for me, I can feel that.
Yeah.
It is a little uncomfortable right now.
Well, you're just releasing a lot of old stuff. It's kind of like your effervescence is just coming out in the fit, you know, but it's like a little contracted, but it's really effervescence.
Yeah. And I know it, like you said, like it's different. You know, if this was 5 years ago, I would be in bed, you know, I wouldn't be sick, and I wouldn't be cooking for 30 people tomorrow. Like it just, nothing stops me anymore. I've become unstoppable in this new frequency. I've become unstoppable in this new frequency, and yet I can feel that there's a letting go right now. So, thank you.
Just one more thing on that note too, Penny. Would you like to just briefly describe that idea of the oscillation? How, the wave will go out and then it'll come back, and sometimes in these moments of confusion, dissolution, loss of job, breakup of relationships, frantic fits, it's actually part of the oscillating wave.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I think that we get these waves of intensity, of higher frequency coming into the planet, and then our bodies feel it. And at that point, we start responding, and often anything that's not of that frequency has to come up to be released. So some of the first symptoms of the higher frequency is that all that isn't love, all that isn't, diamond light, comes up so that it can be turned back into love and diamond light, right? And so that's why I think that we, have that sense of trauma or problems or stuckness or whatever as the energy's trying to make its way through us. But as soon as you relax and let go, it goes through, and then the other stuff just dissolves. Then what comes back to you is the sense of like transparency and clarity, and the soul, which is able now to come through you in a heightened way with, ease, and it's magical then. And so what follows a period like this release is like, amazing new ideas and consciousness and insights and health.
Cool. So let's just take about 5 minutes and then we'll resume.
Thank you.